Hey, one of my favorite people to watch. Well, on YouTube, I got several favorite people. Obviously, Photo Tripper, Gavin Hardcastle, and Amanda. And of course, Adam Gibbs. And of course, Nick Page. I mean, most of them use Sony, so that's awesome. But also, Steve Wallace and Camping with Steve. Now, he's always out there, and he's doing his Camping with Steve thing. And he's stealth camping, and he's camping in the back of his vehicle. And he's doing all sorts of things like that. And, well, I decided to do my version of Camping with Steve. Out here enjoying the Solo Stove. Now, the Solo Stove is a great way to have a fire, really, on your deck, which is nice. Camping on your deck is nice because, well, you can always just sleep in your own bed. The other part of it's really nice as well. I can have my own step 2, which in this case is a Jameson. Always a nice twist. It's cold out here. It's about 18 degrees out, but I'm comfortable in this shirt. Well, because I've got the Solo Stove keeping me warm. Now, a little bit later, Camping with Steve, he always cooks dinner. Well, a little bit later, I'm going to be cooking a London broil roast on top of that fire you saw. Now, when I upload this video, I'm going to be uploading this video because, well, can you see the Starlink right there? I have Starlink here. And I kept it on a 10-foot galvanized steel pole. Took down a tree or two to give myself visibility, but the reason I kept it on the pole is so that I can take it down. So when this Steve goes camping, well, this Steve goes camping with Starlink. There'll be more to come. I'll be back. Okay, so now it's time for us to get the London broil steak ready. Now, I want to do this inside rather than outside. I could do it outside. Steve Wallace would do it outside, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do it here. So, of course, what do? Obviously, I want to poke a lot of holes in the steak. Gonna do it on both sides. Poke all the holes. My grandson's watching over here as we poke all the holes. And then picked up this buttery steakhouse at Sam's Club. It's one of my all-time favorites. Checked with my daughter who's here. We asked what we wanted in Montreal steak, and she insisted that buttery is bettery. So we're putting the buttery seasoning on here. Getting it all nice and seasoned.
I love steak. I love steak.
You love steak? Is your favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So we're going to have steak tonight. What do you think? Okay, when we go to use the Solo Stove, we have two parts. We're cooking with wood. These two metal pieces, it's an elevating piece, and then, of course, the grill. And you can see here, the fire is moving along nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and put the first piece on there and get that warming up. And we'll put the grilling piece on here as well. We're going to let the stove heat up some more. Let the fire die down a bit so we don't have as much flame. And then it's time to bring out the steak. And you saw the steak is well prepared because this is Camping and Cooking with Steve home style. Okay, it's time. So we got the fire down a bit. It's warm. So we're going to go ahead and take the meat and hopefully take the meat and move it to the fire. Let's see how this does. Now I'll be checking it every few minutes and flipping it every few minutes. We have a lot of heat there. I want to make sure that we cook it, but that it gets cooked enough that it stays raw, not raw. Cook it enough that it stays rare inside, but a nice crisp outside. So we'll see how this. Okay, made the first flip. We've got the first flip here, and it's looking good. A few more flips to go, and we'll have dinner. This is looking awesome. Hey, it's time. The steak is looking like it's done, so I'm going to be taking the steak off, putting it on the cutting board, and letting it rest for 10 to 15 minutes so it absorbs the moisture, keeps the moisture inside. So let's check out the steak. There it is. There it is. Time to take it in, let it rest, and then we'll see how this looks.